Hello everyone, I hope everyone's having a good day today. We're going to be doing, it's not going to be a terribly long live stream today for No Man's Sky, but we're going to do, I really like the thumbnail the girl made that I commissioned, made, so I'm going to do another live stream because just give me another chance to use that thumbnail. But this is near endgame. I want to show you my character. You might be wondering why I have a ship that's like this instead of having more slots. This one had more warp reactors, so it teleports. I kind of messed up on a purchase once and lost a lot of my warp reactors and stuff that I had on it, so I've just been waiting, and this was the best thing I could find after about 30-40 minutes. I've still got 9 million. It cost about 7 million, something like that. Here's my exosuit. It's got 48 slots right now. Multi-tool's still pretty... I actually need to upgrade that. But we're just going to kind of fiddle around. Just gonna fiddle around a little bit. Might go to an Atlas station or two, you know, just kind of mess around. Now for this particular, I'm also going to be doing a lot of space combat. I'm going to show you a really good way to make money in this game, because I know some people are going to, they nerfed how much you could sell an Atlas stone for, so you can't quite use that anymore. Used to, they went for like 200,000 depending on the market, but now it's like 70, 60, something like that. Which is, it's still a nice chunk of change, but, you know. But I'm going to show you pretty much what I do. But first, we're going to get some number 9 here. We need to do that. We need to get this stuff because I need to fully turn that dancing matter I have into warp cells. Also, I just lost another one of my warp drive. I had a Tau one, and when I bought this ship, it just disappeared from my inventory. So, whatevs, I guess. Let's go ahead and get some warp cells up here. How long did it take to beat the game? An unholy amount of time. This is a long game. Civilizations can rise and fall in the time it takes to beat this freaking game. Now, we've already got quite a bit. We don't need the shield, nor do we need the Geknip. Alright, we're good. Alright. Now, the big thing you want to do, we need to find some starships. That is the big thing. I'm assuming that little... Alright, that distress signal should lead us to 1 or 2. Now, I will say there's not really a whole lot to do right now in this game. Like, you can just pretty much get resources and get better ships, but you can't really do any sort of cosmetic changes. You know, you have to buy a new ship pretty much flat out. Where am I? We're looking for those little, like, space stations and cargo ships. Trying to find here. It's not really working too well. Which is strange because I was farming this spot for a while. Because the price of titanium, which is a very common element you're going to get when you raid a ship, not only is it good for fixing your ship, I prefer to use iron, but that's just me, but not only is it good for fixing your ship, it sells, you can get a lot of it, and it sells pretty decent price. It's a very multifaceted thing. Let's find another universe. As you can tell, we are very close to the center. Like, see? Could easily warp there. To the galaxy center or whatever. can get here. Cool. We're going to do this is going to be about an hour, hour and a half, something like that. There's just not much right now for me in particular playing this game because you can't build space stations right now, you can't build bases, you can't really do much with your ship outside of buy new ones. Got an Atlas station over here though. We'll be going back to Dead by Daylight, like, probably tomorrow. Actually, probably what is it, Tuesday? So it'll be Thursday. I'm gonna take. I just got my case in for my PC, so I've got to take my editing rig apart, put it in that. So it's a really nice case too. I have the black version of it on my gaming rig, on my strict gaming rig that I use a movie on sometimes. But I got the white version just to kind of differentiate them. And I got a 4 terabyte internal, as well as not an an SSD drive, but a regular, and I bought a 500 gig SSD drive. So take these warp cells. Is Earth available? No. Pretty much all I'm looking for at this point is stations and whatnot. Station and just things like that. Because it's not really, there's not much to do in this game, if I'm being honest. But I'd figured I'd do one more live stream of it. It's definitely a very interesting concept. I'm trying to find some space, like, some ships here we can raid. I'm not talking about like the single ships too. I'm talking like, big, carriers and whatnot. Like this. Perfect. Alright. Now, what you want to do, we're going to kind of slow down here so I can explain this. Your ship needs to have some deflection enhancement. It just needs it. And the reason for that being is you need to be able to withstand enough hits to be able to constantly refuel your deflector shield. We're not gonna get too much. Our inventory is about full. But what you want to do is you want to find one of these. Unfortunately, my cannons on this ship aren't as strong as the ones I just had, which is a slight annoyance, but it was a trade-off for all the warp drives and the shields. So. But as you can see, we got quite a few, it's easy to also lose track of these little doohickeys. Let's go and destroy one more here. And as you can see, our inventory is filling up with some rather useful items. And you don't really want to kill off those Sentinel ships if at all possible, or at least the first ones that respawn. It should just be one. Because if you have enough shield, you can handle one firing at you, no biggie. Like it's just not even something to worry about. We need to find. But as you can tell, our inventory, we've got a little space left. Like I said, if you have a good enough shield, you can take one sentinel ship coming after you, no problem. That's not even something to worry about. How many power does my weapons aren't really that strong on this particular ship. They're just not. That's what it is, I suppose. Now, I've seen that ship, the one that looks like an X-Wing and a TIE Fighter. I've seen that. I've seen quite a few interesting-looking ships. But usually they don't have the... I would rather, instead of search the galaxy for hoping to get the blueprints I need, I would much rather have a ship with some of the upgrades I need and maybe sacrifice some of the amount of stuff I can carry in it. And it is taking us a little bit to get over here simply because I can't warp with an enemy. We can't do the little, you know, hyper flight time or whatever. We're going to fill up our inventory, and then we're going to kill the sentinel ship, and we're going to book it. It does take a wee bit of time to traverse without... I've got to upgrade my jet. I've got to upgrade a few things. And I've still got 9 million, so if I ever get the urge, I'm not gonna... We'll go to the center of the universe thing just so you can see it, but I always revert back to the previous save just because I don't really feel like traversing all the way back. If you want, you can also use your laser. That's not a problem at all, actually. I'm just right now, I'm used to using the cannons, I guess. My cannons on my last ship were actually very good. Bad. And I feel like let's actually break one more. Why did I upload that video? Because I had it. I don't know. Did someone hold a gun and force you to watch it? If so, I'm sorry. You're an idiot. Sorry. Oh no, Agent Black Arrow, no, what will I do? What will I do now? He's been mean to me. I guess I go on living my life, continuing to ignore his existence. It might be hard. Important. We went through some tough times together. Definitely want to have a ship with good shields. Because I've not encountered personally even taking on these larger freighters, and even I was in a 26-man fight at one point. I've never come in contact with another vehicle that was powerful enough to take me down. Even with the last ship I had, which wasn't, you know, these aren't like the highest of high-level ships. The most expensive ones I've seen are usually 15 to 18 million in that ballpark. And this isn't of that caliber. It's only like 8 million. But I've still not encountered any ship that's really going to do anything. Unless you get like an army of sentinels just after you constantly, you should be okay. Definitely going to get can upgrades. That's something I'm going to work on getting. And you have a moment to pulse drive while new sentinel ships are spawning. Iron, you want to sell the titanium because you'll get so much iron from these ships that you'll constantly be able to repair with iron. And even though it takes more to get the same result with iron, you get so much of it, it doesn't matter, especially since it stacks now. It used to be only 100 per, now it stacks like 500 or some ridiculous number. But you'll see, it depends on the market also how much money you're going to make. But we're going to sell our nickel, our aluminum, Atlas stone, 68,000, iridium, 168,000, neutrino module, dimensional matrix, so that, I ain't selling that. I always try to keep some of that stuff just for when I need to, yeah. And see, titanium usually fetches a pretty decent price. Let me make sure I still got some iron. Okay, I've got iron in my inventory so I can heal. We'll sell that titanium. Someone just mentioned the expensive ship. Yeah, this one costs about 8 million. I've seen them go up to 18 million. This one, like I said, the only reason I went with this one as opposed to one of those more expensive is they all had crap warp drives. And I would rather be able to warp further, in my personal opinion. That's just what I would rather do. Let's actually talk to that alien. He might give us a blueprint. Keep forgetting to do that. gonna want units. Oh, there we go. I also lost my blueprint for Atlas Pass version 3 for whatever reason. I don't know why. It just kind of... some of my stuff just disappeared. I don't know why that is. I had a little bit of an oddball time with this game when I was loading this profile up. I fell through a space station once and had to kill myself in order to respawn. That was a bit odd. I don't have an Atlas Pass 1 on me? Huh. Go ahead and make that. They've changed it up a bit. Used to, back where the merchant was, usually down the hall, you would come across... And it doesn't look like there's one here. Oh, yeah. You would come across this back there. But they've changed it up a bit. I don't know exactly why they did that. Maybe to add a little bit of variety to the stations. And I'm assuming now these Atlas Pass version 3s are going to take us... Usually those back rooms, they would have antimatter, electron, you know, the stuff to make warp cells. They would have like a lot of the already made components. So that's probably what's back there now. Have you named species or planet yet? None of that stuff really interests me, I gotta be honest. But we don't even really need that Atlas Pass 1. Yeah, there really is kind of a lot of planets that... How do I put this? Wide as the ocean, deep as a puddle. Like, a lot of these planets kind of look... They're completely the same throughout. Like, this planet, once we go down there and get a good look at the biome, it's going to be like that for the whole planet. It's not really going to change. And I think that's kind of a mistake that they've had. There's not like there's not a lot of variety. You know, once you've encountered, once you have an understanding of what the planet has when you first land, that's what it's going to be for its entire duration. It's not really going to have any sort of more nuances or subtleties. Also, I think there's some sort of multiplayer aspect, but I have no idea. I don't even know really what you would do, even if you encountered someone, like, fight, say hi, I don't know. This game's not really combat-oriented unless you're in space, so I don't even know what the point would be to encounter other individuals. After this stream, will you stream No Man's Sky again? Maybe when they have an update. Right now, I've played so much of this game, I'm kind of... The reason why I'm doing this kind of... The stream's going to be a little bit shorter today than what I normally do, and I'm going to go back to Dead by Daylight. And it's just not really that interesting. It's not... I don't think it's a bad game. Maybe it's just not for me. That's entirely a possibility. But I've not... There's not been one moment when I've been playing this game where I went, wow, you know? What do we got here? Another anomaly. Another Atlas interface. Have I seen black holes? You have to take black holes in order to traverse this game. You have to. There's like... That's not even an option. You have to take black holes to make significant jumps. Especially early on when you don't have the warp drives. You know, if you can find a black hole that'll take you like 500 to 1,000 light years away, you need that. Oh, hello, game. I've also Kane, and I've seen a few people in here that I recognize. I can see why this game, you know, they say it will take as long as it does, because, especially since, you know, I played it before the update and I played it after. I finished the game after the update, after spending a significant time finding these freaking Atlas things. Because I was about 12,000 light years away. 12, 15, something like that. Okay, hello, don't even try. Oh, hello, Mike. I recognize you. If you don't have, like, an avatar, like, on your, or for, you know, something on your profile pic, it's, sometimes I might overlook you, but I do try to recognize people, when at all, you know, when I can. Didn't get a warp cell there, huh? Good way to learn words is find an Atlas station. A lot of these bubbles have words in them. Huh. I'd already learned over 150 words. I guess it reset it. I don't think you can revisit this galaxy. I didn't really spend... Once I got to the center and it, like, just showed another universe, it was pretty much a new game plus. I about wanted to blow my brains out at that point. So, you will have to forgive me for just kind of being... Oh! We're getting anomalies out the ass, aren't we? Was that a black hole? No. Another Atlas interface. Check my warp drive real quick, see if we're running low on fuel. No, actually we're not. Sweet. I'm glad I went with the ship that had additional warp drives. It's nice to be able to just see something and go, oh, wink, instead of like taking, you know, going planet by planet by planet, or universe by universe by universe, or whatever you want to say. Glorious. Great, I've got Bobby Roode's song stuck in my head. Great. Papa Smurf will not win. Papa Smurf will not less. are, if you notice, those are the races we've encountered. I've only encountered the 3. If there's a 4th, I don't know. Would I recommend this game? It's not my cup of tea, really, right now. You may like it if you want something that's kind of just laxed, maybe. Then maybe it's for you. I have no idea. I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know. The PS4's got some really great games on it, or games on the system. I can see some. You got Bloodborne, you got your let's see what else we got. You got your Uncharted 4, you got your Star Oceans, Last of Us Remastered. Yeah, it's got quite a few good stuff on it. It's a good console. We're getting Atlas stations out the ass, I gotta be honest with you. Will stream Friday 13th? Yes. Cats are fun, they're laying about. Atlas Stone, think of it as free money. That's the best way to think about Atlas Stones. They're free money.
Orbital station coordinates received.
Might be time to go to planet and get some... Well, I think we'll have enough fuel for a bit. Ooh, I learned the Gek word for syrup. I can't wait for that to appear in conversation. They've definitely changed the milestone things. Like, it reset a lot of my stuff. Like, hopeful, unknown. I've destroyed several sentinels. So, kind of reset. They changed around some of the journey milestones, actually. Got the legend on ships destroyed.
Orbital station coordinates received.
Oh, the loading. But another Atlas station, so, is what it is. I'm trying to be quiet during those sections in case something does happen. Who knows, you know? But, you know, that's why I mute my mic as soon as when I get to the Atlas station. I unmute it after we have the dialogue. Another anomaly detected. At this rate, it's going to take us back to the spawn. I don't know why it always insists on taking the most asinine backwards way to getting to where you need to go for these anomalies. It's better just to do a free roam, unless you lose track of where it is. what do you think about the Atlas Station? Yes, I have had it for a while. I have indeed. Let's go. While I'm remembering. Let's go to the planet real quick. Let's get some materials, get some warp drives ready. Those floating things were the 3 races of the game. The Gek, I don't know, I've already forgot their names, you'll have to forgive me on that. Let's see if we can't find some iridium. It'll be in a giant, square, rectangular rock thing. Like right there. We'll sell these Atlas stones, too. Huh. Ain't that interesting? Not exactly going according to plan. We're just gonna run away though. I've never found one of those little cubes before. That's some titanium right there. Go ahead and work on our
technology recharge. Product instructed. Product instructed. Product instructed. Product instructed. Product instructed.
Alright, what do we need for our electron vapor? We need some plutonium. Any other weapons? You can get variations on this mine laser, but I mean it's still the same gun. You have either the bolt caster, the mining laser itself, or the grenade portion of it. You can have like little modifiers and stuff, but essentially it's always going to be the same weapon. Grab some more plutonium.
Temperature level stabilized.
Should be alright. Trying to find some zinc here. We're gonna need zinc. It'd be nice once to find like a deposit of zinc, but that's unrealistic. Unrealistic expectations, people. Okay, let's go ahead and get.
Product extracted. 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 Product extracted.
Yeah, zinc's what we're short on. Thankfully, my shields and upgrades are enough to protect me from most things in this game. You know, typically I don't think fish should fly, but that's just me. Let's grab the zinc before we grab the cubes here. Never come across these vortex cubes before. I'm sure I've just overlooked them.
Product extracted. Product extracted. Warning. Elite center force.
Can you keep up with me? Where's my ship? That's the nice thing of having my jetpack. You can destroy pretty much all of the terrain, for the most part. It's not something you have to worry about. You just need the grenades to do it. If anyone saw my first live stream, they'll recall that I dug out. I got lost and I kind of dug out.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Can I? Yeah, we're good. We'll grab that and then we'll get in the ship and book it. Oh, that's nickel. It's not what I wanted in the slightest. Oh well. We'll just grab the cube and book it.
Warning. Elite center force. Technology recharge.
Curious how much we can sell these cubes for. No real reason to go uh-oh, my friend, because I'm not gonna... I'm at the point... See, once you get some upgrades, you're pretty much invincible. Like, just straight up, nothing's really gonna bother you. Some warp cells built.
Product extracted. Product extracted. Product extracted. Product extracted.
I should should probably just, I see some people saying they're going to get it. I should just do a giveaway or something. I bought 2 copies. I got my second one on Saturday. I wasn't expecting it. But because I found the first one so early, so, you know. Typically, when I get a game, I try to find something that's selling early, and this one guy sold me, the second copy I got for $50. So, I'll probably pop it on eBay. It's never been played. Maybe I don't know. Make us a little moolah, a little Robert De Niro, you know? We'll talk to the alien here in a second. Yeah, no, if someone wants to buy my second copy or something, I'd be willing to sell it like $40. It's never been played before. The artwork's a little bit smushed because of the, you know, it's got that outline of the disc kind of on it, which I always hate. So, but I'd be willing to sell mine for, yeah.
Units received.
797,522.
Units received.
I'm already about where I was money-wise when I left off. Looks like we're going to be doing this stream a bit longer since we keep getting Atlas things, so. Valley Ball Yogi? If I pronounced your name wrong, please let me know. I certainly don't intend to do that, but it can be a little boring, yeah. You're not wrong.
Recharge.
I think there's the upside to this game, though. There's not really anything else like it that I've personally played. So I recommend giving it a shot, you know, at any rate.
Orbital station coordinates received.
Broken, if you really do want it, send a message to my business email. That'd be the best way to contact me, because the chat, you know, live streams on YouTube disappear. I am going to the Atlas. I just had to get some warp cells. Sean said, is this game really worth the 60? You know, I think 60 is a fair price for this game. I see a lot of people complaining about it because it's, some people call it like an indie game with big budget marketing. But I don't know if that's fair. I saw someone said they paid like 80 Australian dollars. I believe that's what AUD means. I saw this game on eBay go for $1,000 last week. I saw a bid. Like I was thinking on bidding on it, maybe get it a little early because I didn't know if my seller would have it. He wound up having it, and I didn't have to pay nearly that much. But I saw one go for like over $1,000 with $60 shipping. And then some guy paid like $2 grand for this game a week early. That's ridiculous. And I think I would be incredibly let down if I paid $2 grand for this game. I mean, unless I was like a Saudi prince or something, I could just throw money, you know. But you know, I think it's a little, you know, some people are complaining about the price. You know, I've played games with less content for more money. You know, I think it's a fair price. I mean, if you like exploring, you just want a game to explore and kind of chill, you could do worse than this game by, you know, you could do a lot worse. Black hole, go to one. No. There's no reason to go to a black hole. I'm right next to the center. I'd recommend, Aaron, I'd recommend trying to build a gaming rig if you ever get a chance. I personally hate fiddling with computers themselves, simply because, you know, this is my job, and it gets kind of grating at times. I just had, the other day I had 3 hard drives fail me. 3. So, it can get a little grating, but, you know, game PCs are nice. You get to play a lot of games that don't necessarily appear on consoles, so it's nice. We will have to check back on that. I didn't know we could do that with Atlas stones. Huh. It's interesting. We'll have to look for... I'll look for that. Let's see if we can go buy some. It gave me no indication I needed the whole 10 Atlas stones. And hello. Let's see if we can't buy any. We might luck out. Let's go check. You don't have to go to a black hole. Jesus fucking Christ. I've already been to several dozen black holes, alright? I will explain that very slowly to you. Very, very slowly. one Atlas stone, so. Well, looks like I found something new to do with the Atlas.
Alert. Navigational data received.
Well, I was seeing if we could get another Atlas station, but it does not look like it's going to be the case for the moment. Yes, because all I've had is negative feedback, except for the fact that I've recommended this game several times to people. But, you know, other than that, and saying it might not just be for me, and saying, talking about the things I like, but no, yeah, no, I'm just negative towards everything. They changed the black hole effect from when the pre-patch. The pre-patch, it looked a lot different, as it were. Do I think I'm over it because I played it for an extent? It's not that. It's just there's not a terrible amount of stuff you can do, is one way I'd put it. Like, you just don't really do that much. They don't have base building right now. You can't even really customize your ship. The extent of customization is in the. Also, another reason not to use black holes that much is that it damages your weapons. So another reason I'm not a big fan of using the black holes. Also, hello Nanja. Bye, magic potion killer. I really wish I'd have known about the Atlas Stones. It's very interesting that that's a thing. Pretty much the only anomalies we're gonna get now are black holes. So they expect you to hold on to 10 Atlas Stones for the entire duration of the game. That's a bit odd. Let's see what we've got going on here. Let's see if there's anything. We're just gonna check. We'll probably just go to the center. I really didn't know about that. I wasn't made aware that you need to keep... I'm really trying to think, though. If you were playing this game for the first time, and you were doing the Atlas Stone things, those are a good source of money. And you need that... You need that to upgrade your ship. You really do.
Technology recharge.
Ships. Ain't gonna mess with that. Especially since I need copper and iridium to fix that anyway.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Is that how I look in the thumbnail? Not really, no. I haven't had that kind of hairstyle in a while, actually. But I really like the design, so... And since I'm already just kind of a faceless guy on the internet, it doesn't really matter. I just think it looks good.
Technology recharge.
traverse now. Might be able to. Too far upgrade drive. That's kind of actually, that's interesting. Because I use this same, I actually used a weaker version than the current one I have, and it's saying I need a warp drive. That's very bizarre. See if we can't warp there. If not, we'll just end the stream here, because I've got the ending if y'all do want to watch it. That's crazy that it's saying I can't get there now. That's absolutely nuts. Huh. That is a little bit nuts. So pretty much there's not much we can do anymore. Whoa, hey Tiger. Hey buddy. The Milestones they were quests. You needed 10 of them though, which is to me a bit ridiculous. To need 10 of those stones to do anything. That is a wee bit ridiculous. And of course, Taiga is caught up in cords. Hey, buddy, come here. give me a warp drive upgrade? I got 11,000. I think that's gonna be it, though. There's not really much else to do. I've gotten to the center. Maybe I'm sure it's different once you do if you do the Atlas thing. I had no idea of knowing that you needed to have 10 of those stones. That's over a fifth of my total inventory space. That would have been let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16, I would have had 26 spots in my 48 inventory spaces, so I would have only had 22 spots to carry stuff. So there was no way of knowing beforehand that I needed all 10 of those. And what they expect you to carry all those? You can't even put anything up. Like that's so weird to me. You can't actually put, there's like no storage outside of your inventory or in your starship, which your starship's going to be pretty limited based on what you can buy, and you're going to be limited on your buy even more if you're holding a bunch of Atlas stones. So, well, that's going to do it for today. How many Atlas stations? There's more than 4 Atlas stations. I stole from a lot of freights near the beginning of the game, near the beginning of this live stream, just to show how you can make a lot of money. There's not really much else for me to do, though, so yeah, that's going to be it for this live stream. I appreciate you all for being here. Hope you all have a great day. I shall see you when I see you. We'll have Dead by Daylight tomorrow or maybe later tonight, who knows. So yeah, hope you all have a great day. Take care, peace.